This is just a quick video that I wanted to do to just let you guys know some things. My original intention was to have all of these out by July 1st so that you would have your readings for the month of July. And because I started this channel only a week or two ago, this whole thing has been a learning curve for me on not only how long it takes to do the videos, but also to upload them. And I just wanted to say that I apologize that these are coming out so late. It's already the middle of July, so I just wanted to let you guys know that my intentions are to finish these as quickly as I possibly can for the month of July, and also my goal is to get the month of August videos out by August 1st. And also, you have caught me on my vacation. I'm actually in Massachusetts visiting family with my daughter right now, and so it's going to be a little choppy on getting these done. But the good thing about vacations is that I actually have more time while I'm here than I do when I'm at home. So I should be able to get August videos for all of the 12 zodiac signs done before August, and by the time I get back home, they should be up. So basically, this video is just an apology to explain why these are so late and to let you know that my future intentions is to get them all out on time. So bear with me. I'm going to try to use the time that I have right now today to knock the rest of them out, or as many of them as I possibly can. So that's pretty much it. And thank you for being patient. And my intention is that in the future is to be more timely about this. So bear with me. Okay. Thank you. Hello, Libra. This is going to be the general reading for July 2018 for the sign of Libra. Libra rising, sun, and moon. Sorry about the unattractive background. This is the best lighting I could find in my aunt's apartment. So I'm going to work with what I've got. And so this is going to be for Libra, sun, rising, moon sign. If I didn't say so, my name is Ara, and this is my channel, Cosmic Vibrations. Let me see if I shuffle it up here, if it's going to jiggle the camera. That's not too bad. My aunt's table is sturdier than mine at home. So I hope you Libra people are well. I'm actually in Massachusetts right now. Normally I live in a very tiny rural town in Colorado. But I'm here with my daughter visiting our family for a couple of weeks. And so it's extremely humid and hot here, and my aunt does not have air conditioning. And so I feel really hot and sweaty. But it's all good. I'm in front of an open window and I'm getting a nice breeze through it, so. Okay. This is in the best, highest good for Libra. And I'm going to do an 11-card Celtic Cross spread, as usual. And then, of course, if you want to find out more information about things like relationships and love and career and health, you can check out the bonus video once I get that up. So we'll just see what happens. Okay. The princesses are just coming out this month for everyone. It seems like there must be a lot of messages in the air and a lot of a need to focus on innocence and joy right now, maybe because there's so many intense things going on right now planetarily. And there he is again. So interesting. Oh, what is this? I'll have to pick a clarifier for that. No. Wow, you guys, what's going on with you? Okay, I'm definitely going to pick a few clarifiers to help me with this. But here, let me show you the cards. Your central experience for the month of July, which I apologize, it's already the middle of July, is the Hanged Man. Hopefully you can see that okay. This is a major arcana card that is ruled by Pisces, by the way, and the planet Neptune. And your challenge with that is the Princess of Cups. What's helping you or hindering you, I'm looking at this more as helping you, is the Chariot. At your core, or at the root of your being, is the Magician. Very good. Your recent past, here he is again. He's coming up in everyone's reading. The Knight of Cups, another Pisces card. Makes me wonder if you have a Pisces in your life right now. Your best possible outcome, or highest outcome, is the Ten of Swords. I will definitely be picking a clarifier to go with this, and possibly a remedy. We'll see what happens. Your near future is the Eight of Wands. You right now are the Princess of Swords. For some reason, this month of July, the Knight of Cups and the Princesses are coming out for basically almost all of the signs. Maybe after I'm done with these, I'll go a little bit into the transits and the astrological stuff that's going on this month. In your surroundings is the Eight of Pentacles. I apologize for the traffic noise. There's nothing to be done about it. I'm in the middle of the city right now, and because it's so hot and humid, I have to have the windows open. Otherwise, I would just be dying of heat stroke right now. I'll try to speak louder than usual so that you can hear me over the noise. In your hopes and fears position, and I'm definitely looking at this as a fear, is the Three of Swords. And your general outcome, which I find fascinating, is the Lovers. Interesting. So let's get into it. Your central experience for the month of July looks like you need some kind of a vision quest, or you need to take time out, or you're being forced to take time out by the universe to look within, to receive some kind of message, inspiration, intuitions, visions, to look at things in a different way. Things may be put on hold externally right now, in order to make space for you to look within and receive possibly some answers from your subconscious, your dreams, your guides, the voice within. This can, I don't usually look at the major arcanas as being people, but you do have an emphasis on the sign of Pisces in here. So if you do have somebody in your life who shows Piscean qualities, this may have to do with them as well, but I'm looking at this more as just what this month is like for you now. It could be that you're on vacation, or you're taking a break, or you're going to a different location than usual that inspires you or gives you some daydreams, dreams, and also you may be having actual dreams while you sleep at night that are more vivid than usual or giving you messages more than usual. In any case, I would definitely say listen to the small voice within and try to see things from a different perspective than usual. You may be surprised at what kinds of inspirations you get at this time. Your countering experience with that, or your challenge, is the Princess of Cups. She has been coming out for almost all the signs this month. The sun is in Cancer, and it is a time for people to take care of themselves emotionally, take care of others emotionally, to be in tune with your intuition rather than your logic. I know Libras are the feminine embodiment of logic. It's a masculine sign because it's an air sign, but it's ruled by Venus, which is the goddess of love and beauty. So just as Scorpio is a sign that is the masculine embodiment of the feminine, this is the feminine, you are the feminine embodiment of the masculine. And I have noticed that there's a strange affinity between Libra and Pisces. I've known a lot of couples throughout my life where one of the people in the couple is a Libra and the other one is a Pisces. They do have a lot of things in common with each other, strangely, even though one is a feminine sign and one is a masculine sign. So anyway, that tangent aside, I would say your challenge here is to release and let go of logic or the need to explain things or make sense out of things, and instead just to embrace what is. And to, normally this card means, any princess or any page means that it's important for you to play. But with this, I'm feeling that the challenge is to let go and just let things be, instead of trying to make sense out of anything. And you may find more sense in things by letting go of logic than if you tried to hold on to logic. And let me put this down and look at this. Yeah, I'm getting that you need to let go, or you need to trust that everything will unfold as it should. We'll keep moving on. We'll see if I can make better sense out of this looking at the other cards. So what's helping you is the Chariot, which so far this reading is looking extremely watery. This is a Cancer major arcana. So the Chariot is about setting goals, and how you know what your goals are is by looking within to your deepest longings and your intuitions to find out what it is that really matters to you and where you would like to take yourself. This can also be a journey. The Chariot can also be cars or vehicles or ways of getting from one place to another. So it could be that what's helping you right now is to take a vacation or some kind of trip. That's also been coming up for a lot of people, but that makes sense because it's summertime. It's in the height of the summer right now, and a lot of people are on vacation or are taking breaks. If you're not on vacation, what's helping you is to definitely pay attention to where you're headed, what your future plans are, and what your goals are, and to come up with intuitive strategies on how to get yourself there to these goals or locations that you want to go to. This can also speak of two minds, where you have two minds. You have your logical mind and your intuitive mind. And what's helping you at this time is to have those two minds work together, even though they're polar opposites. And then you'll have a better idea of how to get where you're going. So, also, yeah, I'm going to skip that. So, at your root, or at your core of your being, you have the Magician, which is about self-empowerment, independence. It's kind of your opposite vibration. This is a card that's ruled by, it's co-ruled by Mars and Mercury. And Mars is the opposite planet of your planet Venus. Even though you're a masculine sign, you have very feminine qualities, which is where it comes into play of peacemaking, looking at other people's perspectives, looking at what could be adjusted logically to make sure that everyone is acknowledged and honored. And normally Libras sometimes have a hard time making decisions because they're keeping everyone's needs into consideration, or they want to consider everybody or every angle in the situation. But this is the opposite energy. So this is about putting your own needs first for once. This is about asserting yourself, focusing on independence rather than interdependence, or even codependence. This is the opposite. So this is about standing in your power, knowing what you want, and knowing how to go about getting what you want, and also realizing your own ability to manifest in your life what you want. So, in the recent past, you have the Knight of Cups. So you have been focusing on following your heart, or what truly matters to you and what you want to see happen in your life. What you would like to go with the flow, to trust, to have faith, to be able to show yourself to others without fear of being misunderstood or unacknowledged, or you could have had a possible romance in the recent past where you are trying to figure out how you feel about this relationship or this person. There could be a Pisces individual or someone who shows those qualities. The Piscean qualities, by the way, are going with the flow, things like compassion and empathy, to allow things to be, to allow things to flow, to show all of one's heart or one's most vulnerable self to others without fear. To trust that if they do that, they will be appreciated and honored. And to be whole in yourself when it comes to what truly matters to you in your heart. Also, this can be adventurous. And sometimes this can be open invitations of love from someone towards you. So we'll see where this takes us. Your best possible outcome is the Ten of Swords, which is an unexpected ending, or a not necessarily negative, but a difficult relating relationship, difficulty in relating with others that is finally coming to an end. Sometimes, unfortunately, this is a painful ending that you didn't see coming. So let me pick a clarifier for this. Okay, now let me pick a remedy for this. Okay. So your clarifier is the Six of Swords. This is about moving on from a difficult situation. And it could be your best possible outcome is to move on from a painful ending. Perhaps there was a painful ending in the recent past or the far past, and something about what's going on now is triggering this. Your remedy is the Three of Wands, which is about expansion and hopefully looking towards the future and expecting good things to come. This is about growth of action, growth of future possibilities. Okay, I have a picture that's forming now. For some reason, normally I don't have problems at all putting these things together, but for some reason, this one isn't coming together as clearly to me as usual, but now it's starting to come, the story of this reading. So we'll get to that in a minute. I'm just going to look through all the cards more thoroughly before I start. Your near future is the Eight of Wands, which is things speeding up, which is things getting quicker and faster. The movement in your life and things coming in and out of your life is happening much quicker. This is interesting because your central experience for July is things being put on hold or things slowing down in order for you to get back in touch with your inner self. But in the near future, and because it's so late in July right now, it's the middle of July, even though this reading is for July, I'm feeling that this is going out into the month of August. It'll be interesting to see what your August reading is. So I see things picking up and becoming much more active. You may be having lots of messages come in and out, lots of possible opportunities. Concerning fast movement of things, you may be surprised at the quick pace that suddenly things shift to. And it may be important for you to center yourself in order to make sense out of all of these options or opportunities or fast moving things coming into your life. Also, in the future, there's a lot of things up in the air. There's a lot of movement and a lot of circulation happening. So it's going to be important for you to remain flexible and calm during this period, rather than allowing it to stress you out or feel like you have to do a million things all at once, all of a sudden. This could be a welcomed change, though, especially if you feel that things have been put on hold. You could be flying someplace in an airplane or having people come and see you. Okay. Right now, you are the Princess of Swords, so you're trying to communicate something, perhaps to another person. And you also want to open up lines of communication where you possibly have a lot of questions you want answered, or you want a clearer idea of what's going on. And you being the Libra person that you are, I'm sure you'll just naturally come up with the right words to say or the best possible way to do it that doesn't involve conflict in any way. I see you playfully opening up conversations to get some clarity I'm definitely getting that this reading predominantly it has to do with relationships. That makes sense to me since you are a Libra person. And relationships are very important to you. So in your surroundings, you're working a lot. You could be working towards a goal. My advice, the advice that goes with this card is slow, steady, take it day by day. When you have a lot of things you need to do or a lot of things you need to work on, instead of looking at all of the things you have to do and becoming overwhelmed, it suggests that you take it bit by bit, step by step, and day by day, rather than looking at the larger picture of things. It's easy to become overwhelmed when you look at all of the things you're supposed to be accomplishing at this time. And so it's about stamina. It's about pacing yourself bit by bit so that by the time you get all those things done, you will still have energy for yourself instead of feeling completely exhausted. Do the things when you need to do them, rest when you need to rest, take care of yourself when you need to take care of yourself, and act when you need to act. It's basically just about regulating yourself and having stamina over time. That way you will not be overwhelmed, extremely tired afterwards, and you'll be able to accomplish everything you're setting out to do. It's also important for you to be patient and to focus rather than scattering yourself too much. This is another 8. You have 2 8s in here. The other 8 is your 8 of Wands that's coming up in the near future. So things are going to be speeding up. There's going to be a lot of things you have to do, in which case it's saying in your surroundings, pace yourself. Try not to get too scattered or overwhelmed by the fast pace that things will be becoming. Okay, your fear. I'm definitely getting that this reading is about relationships with people. I'm even getting that this may have to do with a romantic relationship, but it can also be just relating in general in all relationships. Your fears of heartbreak. I don't even really think I need to pull a clarifier for this at all. I think it's pretty straightforward. So, your fears of having your heart broken. Perhaps you're putting things on hold on purpose in order to get some inner clarity about what's actually happening. And your general outcome is the Lovers. And this is a major arcana card, so this is a big deal for you. This isn't a little cycle going on right now. You have quite a few major arcana cards in here. Arcana, tomato, doesn't really matter, right? I think the reason why I say arcana is because I think of the word arcane or ancient. I think that's what it means anyway. So anyway, your general outcome is the Lovers, which is about making a major choice. And I'm getting a major choice about a romantic relationship. These are supposed to be general readings, so I try not to focus on one topic or another. I try to pick up on however many topics are going on in the reading, but I'm definitely getting that this is about a relationship or a possible relationship. And whether or not you are deciding to plunge into it or not. So, what I'm getting in here, the gist of what I'm getting, is that in the past you've received an invitation possibly for a romantic relationship. Or there's someone who definitely has feelings for you. And who has been pretty clear with you on that they have feelings for you and they would like to initiate a relationship. In the past, however, it feels like you may have had some negative experiences with relationships or even with this person. I'm getting perhaps this person may not have the best track record or is coming out of a hard, difficult relationship themselves. And so you may be concerned that they may not be ready, even though they seem and say that they're ready. Or it could be that you're coming out of some kind of a painful, drawn out, long, complicated relationship of some kind. And so your highest good in here says that it's time for you to move on and look towards the future for better experiences where you can actually trust, where you can actually show yourself without fear of someone being something, appearing to be something that they're not. I'm almost getting that you're afraid it's too good to be true. And so you may have, pardon me, it's really hot here, I'm sweating. You may have put things on hold yourself in order to look within and get some clarity about how you really feel about this. You may feel conflicted a little bit. You may not be sure if you want to rush into this. It could even be saying that this person seems like they're taking it easy, but you may almost feel pressured by them to come up with an answer on yes or no. Do you want to be in this or not? And you're saying, hold on a moment. I need to think about this. I need to mull this over. I need to process first before I come up with some kind of a ultimatum of whether I'll be with you or not. This is a really specific reading. And so you're taking time out for the rest of this month to really think about whether or not you can trust this person, whether or not they're really who they say they are, or intend what they say their intentions really are, and whether or not you can open up your heart and be vulnerable in this situation, or trust this situation. You may have been invited to go on some kind of a trip with this person, or you may just be going on a trip, and this will help give you some much needed clarity and perspective to get away physically, to get away from the situation enough to be able to see it more objectively and really process how you really feel about this. And it's good to me that you have the Magician at your core, because even though you are a Libra and normally you do take other people's considerations into account, sometimes even more than your own at times, this looks really healthy to me because I see you really taking your own needs into consideration with this. You're saying, okay, if you are being pressured in a indirect Piscean way by somebody who seems like they're giving you space and they're allowing you to have time, but subconsciously or on an emotional deep level, it almost feels like they're rushing you, or they're expecting you to let them know immediately. But I see you honoring your own needs and really taking the time to think, okay, what is right for me? What do I want? How do I feel about this? And I feel really good about this. I feel like you're in a good space with this. You continue with that, please. My own daughter has a Libra rising in both Vedic and Western astrology. She is full on a Libra rising. And I feel really good about this. I can actually even kind of sense this in her right now, that she is taking her own needs into consideration more, because normally she wants everyone else to be happy, to the point of sometimes swallowing her own needs. And that's one of the drawbacks of Libra energy, is sometimes you care more about other people's needs than your own. Sometimes, in its imbalanced form. In its balanced form, you do both. You look at your own needs and other people's needs. But the fact that the Magician is in your core feels really good to me, and I hope you keep that up. I hope you cultivate this more. Perhaps you have swallowed your own needs in past relationships, and you have suffered mentally because of that. And so now you never want to ever go back to that space again. And you want to really make sure that you're doing what's right for you and that you're following your own instincts. So, however, this can be saying that this person can be trusted. I'm not getting in anything in here that says that this person can't be trusted or that they would misuse the energies involved. If they are being slightly pushy, just use your Libra powers of tact and proper communication to just let them know in a gentle way that you cannot be pressured at this time and they need to allow you to be so that you can formulate your own feelings and ideas about what's going on with you with this. And if they're good for you, they'll listen to you and they'll respect that and they'll give you space energetically. They may be doing that already physically, but maybe not energetically. So just be clear. In the future, though, I do see things speeding up. So if you do decide that you want to go with this or give it a chance, make sure you don't go too fast. Make sure you take your time with this and allow things to unfold naturally rather than rushing anything or let the other person rush anything. If you feel like things are going too fast, make sure you use your boundaries and your inner magician that you are cultivating right now to make sure that you're understood on where you're at and respected with where you're at with this. Don't feel pressured. But also this can say that there is a strong chance here because this is a Wands card. And your only other Wands card in here is your best possible outcome remedy, which is the Three of Wands, which is about expecting good things. Knowing that good things are on their way or things are headed in a good direction and you can trust this energy. It feels like things can grow from here on out and this is actually a good thing for you. So don't be unnecessarily cautious, but you do want to slow things down a little bit and not rush too hardcore. But the reason why that energy is there is because I'm getting that this actually really is a good thing for you. So you may also even be having invitations from a number of different people. A number of different people may be vying for your attention or want to be in a relationship with you or want to even just be around you and get to know you more. And so it could be that you have to make some choices on which people you want to focus on or if you want to even focus on all of them. That came out wrong. That could be easily misunderstood on what I just said. What I'm trying to say is don't spread yourself out too much, but also keep all your options in mind. Don't necessarily settle if you do have a number of different people vying for your attention that want to cultivate their relationships with you more. Don't be pressured to make a decision on which person you should focus on if you feel that you need to make a choice. You may want to get to know all of the choices a little bit first before you make a decision. In which case, don't feel pressured by anybody, and also take it easy. Take your time getting to know these people. If you're dating or trying on different shoes, and that's an analogy for people to see what is the best fit or what feels the most comfortable to you. Take your sweet time. Don't feel rushed. But there's a huge uprising of people that are interested in you. So it's funny that this is coming out more as a relationship reading. I almost may not even really need to do a relationship reading in your bonus. If we looked at this in a different way, without it necessarily being relationships, it could be that you have a lot of soul family or a lot of kindred spirits coming into your life at this time. And you may need to take a step back and really gauge how you feel about all this stuff. It's happening so quickly, it almost seems too good to be true, or to you, it seems almost too good to be true. I'm not saying that it is too good to be true. you may need to slow down a little bit, which is why you have the Hanged Man going on right now as your central focus for July. And really get back in touch with, okay, you know, what is it that I want? What are my intentions with all of this? Where do I want to go? And but ultimately, it feels really good to me. It feels like you finally are finding kindred spirits that feel like home to you, or they feel really comfortable to you. And because of possible past trauma with either friendships that went sour, or relationships with people in the community that went sour, or even romantic relationships that went sour, there's a little blockage going on in your emotional body that's saying, hold on a moment, let's make sure that this is actually really real before we proceed forward. But like I said, I'm not getting anything in here that says that it is going to go sour. I believe that that's over with and you're fully moving on. And you have different set goals on what you will or will not be willing to experience or trust or involve yourself with if it does feel wrong. So you are definitely getting invitations, messages, offers from lots of different angles here. But it definitely says right now you do need to be, if you don't want to communicate, then honor that. Don't communicate if you don't feel it. But when you do feel like communicating, make sure you're very clear about where you're at and how you feel. And knowing you, you'll figure out the exact best words to say where the other person will not be triggered to the best of your ability. And it could be that all this stuff is distracting you from work. You know, there are things that you have to upkeep and do in your life. And knowing what romantics you are, it's easy to get distracted and forget about the normal things that you have to do, but you still need to keep in mind you have ordinary, everyday, mundane things that you have to keep up with. Otherwise, if you get swept up in the romance or the possibilities of things, you could end up finding out at the end of the month that you haven't been working on the basic upkeep things in your life. And then you're going to have to really rush in order to get everything done at the last minute. So be mindful of that. Make sure you pace yourself, like it said. I'm looking at this one right now. That's why I'm saying this. Make sure you pace yourself and you take care of all of the things you need to take care of. I know how easy it is for you to be distracted by relationships or the possibility of love. So your fear, obviously, is of having your heart broken, or it turning out that the person was a pipe dream, or that the people involved are not quite what they seemed. I'm not getting anything in here that says that that's true. I'm definitely getting that that's a fear. And so your general outcome, again, is you need to make a choice eventually. And I feel like this choice is going to come naturally. I don't feel like this is hard for you. I feel like once you take the time to really do some inner searching, paying attention to your gut reactions and feelings and how you are touched by these people, and that word being said, I feel like that's a message, not just how they touch you emotionally or mentally, but how they touch you physically. It's important for you to be touched gently, or in the way that you want to be touched. And that may be a key factor in this decision. You know, Libras need to be touched on all levels in a gentle, respectful way. When you do want to be touched more firmly, you should be able to feel comfortable with these people or this person enough to say what you want and how they should touch you. But if for some reason there's someone who is a little too rough or not looking to your responses or not paying attention to your subtle responses to how they touch you on multiple different levels, emotionally, physically, mentally, then that's a warning bell right there. If you feel like they are not paying attention to your reactions or how you react to them and adjusting themselves to be able to touch you in the best possible way that would fulfill you, then they're not a person you want to get involved with. Yeah, this isn't going to be a hard decision for you to make. It is a major decision, though. And if they do touch you gently and they do pay attention to your responses and adjust to you based off of your responses, you know that's a keeper. That's actually, unfortunately, sometimes a rare thing. So, between your two outcomes, this is your general outcome. Your best possible outcome. Hopefully you can hear me and the background noise out the window isn't distracting you. Oh, let me put the lovers down for a moment. So, your best possible outcome is to let go of the pain from the past. That's over. This is in the past. This has already happened. There's nothing to be done about that now. And the trauma of this needs to be released so that you're not still carrying this into future relationships. Your remedy for that is to move on. Oh, sorry, wrong card. Is to move on from that past betrayal or past, I'm getting possible verbal, physical, or emotional abuse, or even psychological abuse, feeling as though they completely trodden on all of your needs. That's just one scenario. I'm not saying that that's true for everyone. It could just be that they weren't who you thought they were. You are moving on from that now mentally. You are realizing that the future does not have to carry that pattern. You don't have to attract that anymore. And you certainly don't have to put up with that anymore if you are still attracting little echoes of that. You don't have to fall prey to that again. And you're realizing that. Your best possible outcome is to look hopefully, positively, and expectantly towards the future. You are on to a brave, brand new future that has nothing to do with the past anymore. This is all about what is to come and the good things to come and what to expect in the best possible light for yourself. And once you know what to expect, whatever doesn't fit those expectations will roll right away or fall away from you. They will not be able to continue to be in your life because you have other dreams now. You have other, You have other expectations now. You know what you're worth. Not that you didn't know what you were worth before, but you know even more now what you're worth and what you want. And this is reminding me of, at your core, the magician here. It's saying you're taking your own needs into consideration even more now than before. Not that you didn't before, but you're cultivating this more now. So, hopefully this made sense to you. And many, many, many blessings to you. This looks wonderful. I am so happy for you. I feel like there's some kind of a huge breakthrough happening right now for you where things are transforming in a really good way. Just remember the advice to take it easy. When things start picking up, don't get carried away with it so much that you get scattered or you're taking things too quickly or things are happening too quickly. Make sure that other people involved know that you want to take your sweet time. You shouldn't be rushed by anybody. And you certainly shouldn't rush yourself either. Take your sweet time. So, this looks wonderful. Well, I think that's it. And I'll see you in your bonus reading.